This is the Gaslamp Killer. We're live at Afisha Picnic here in Moscow. Very blessed to be here. It's my first time in Russia. Very excited to perform. I've played for 17 years now. Only what I like, and if people don't like it, they could leave or throw things at me, which they've done. And you know, you just got to stick to your guns and play what you like, and eventually the people will catch on. Well, my grandmother's born on the border of Syria and Lebanon, and my grandfather's from Tekirdağ in Istanbul. And they're my father's side, and he was born in Mexico City, and he played guitar and sang and would always whistle and sing around the house. And the Eastern vibes remind me of prayer in the synagogue and more deep spiritual music than your average jazz, funk, or soul or rock, you know? There's more spirituality, more depth. The Gaslamp Killer experience is 12 to 15 piece band, depending on where we are and how many friends we have in town. And we are replaying compositions that I've written with friends, namely Amir Yagmai. He and I write the Turkish stuff together. We're basically riffing off some Turkish stuff, even some Russian stuff. As a record person, I have a lot of influences, so bringing the band together was about playing my music live and playing our influence style live and bringing it new color, a new dynamic range with the musicians I chose: jazz, funk, rock, soul, R&B, rock. My guitar player that I write the Turkish stuff with, Amir Yagmai, he also plays metal. I'm trying to bring together musicians to express the range of my record collection live, with me as the conductor, you know. That's the goal. And it's been about 7 shows we've done. Well, okay, so sampling's a tricky issue for me. It's an inspiration. The records are our inspiration. The creativity we cultivate is through the respect and admiration for our favorite records. I mean, every great music writer and composer in history, they took from their peers, and we all vibe off each other and we riff off each other. So for me, sampling as a DJ, it's a collage art. It's part of what we do. As a producer, it's also part of what we do. We riff on compositions that inspire us. So without sampling, music would not have evolved to where it is today. But I have never personally made thousands of dollars off of looping someone else's music, but I have made hundreds. But if I made tens of thousands of dollars off of looping Bob James, I could see why he'd come after me. I understand the logistics behind the laws that are in place, because that's how it is. You know, I was born into this. I wasn't the first person to create music, nor was I anywhere when they wrote the laws. I wasn't even born yet. Huge pop stars looping up James Brown and making millions. That's insane, and that's where it's gotten. So I get it. I get why the laws are there, but it also breaks my heart because in hip hop, that's one of the fundamentals of hip hop, is looping and chopping up samples from records that we dig up in someone's basement or that we find in our grandma's crate. You know what I mean? And we just want to be a part of that culture. And so we have to do it. And none of us can afford instruments, but we could afford a $400 drum machine. And then we have every instrument we want on the records, and we make beats as if we were a composer who plays all the instruments, because we get to take from all the samples. Some people don't even buy records, they sample off the TV and make a whole album off of a TV show like Madlib and Bouillon and all these incredible guys who sampled one thing over and over for a whole album, one video. And they made a whole album that's a conceptual project that's untouched to this day, you know? Shit like that is priceless to the international music community. It's priceless spiritually and metaphysically, not physically. There is a price physically, you know? when you have a crazy experience in your life, you get perspective. And I almost died on the hospital table. And everyone I knew came out and showed me that they loved me and that they wanted me to succeed. And it was such a huge explosion when I came to and looked at the emails and I had people visiting me, and the whole thing was like, maybe I am special. Maybe life is sacred. Maybe it's not worth being so hard on yourself and just enjoying how special and sacred it can be, rather than seeing all the negativity, rather than projecting evil and anger. Maybe rather try and project love and understanding and positivity. I still have some evil and some darkness, but it's for fun. It's not a thing that's in the depth of my heart. I feel like the accident gave me perspective, and it lightened my soul a little bit and made me feel like maybe I am meant to live and meant to share my energy and meant to do something more with my life. And that's the perspective that I have now. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and I actually, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I won't leave a mark. Who knows? But it's fun trying. It's part of being alive, you know, trying to leave your mark.
This is my last song, motherfuckers!
Oh my God.